guys, welcome to my channel. This is Kim from Simplified Family Living, and today I'm going to show you how I made over this side table. So we're going to turn that table into what you just saw. So I purchased this side table at a yard sale for $10, and when I got it home I realized it was peeling a little bit more than what I thought. Let me know in the comments below if you guys ever purchased something and then got it home and realized right before you were going to upcycle it that it was in a little bit rougher shape than what you thought. Oh my gosh, but so worth it in the end. Absolutely gorgeous day out to just sand and be able to refurnish this table. So this process actually took me over an hour. I went through and used some coarse sandpaper and then went back over it with fine sandpaper. I was really thankful that it wasn't a super windy day like we normally have at our house. It was just really nice and warm and calm and sunny. So this project really, it was all completed in a day, which I'm all about that. All right, so after I got it sanded with some fine grit sandpaper, I went over and I cleaned it all off to make sure that there wasn't anything left. And I used some Rustoleum chalk paint and linen white. That is my favorite go-to, love it paint, dries fast, amazing coverage. Okay, now I want to tell you guys, I should have put a sealer on this piece now. So if you were gonna do a piece and it has that much orange tint to it, I recommend primer. I am so thankful that it did not bleed through. I was actually kind of shocked. I didn't even think about it until after I had already put on the 2 coats that I should have used a primer. And normally I would have, but my original intent for this table was to spray paint it, which already has a primer in it. And I just wasn't really thinking clearly, and just at the last minute decided to use the chalk paint. But my original plan for this table is just a side table for our living room. I loved the fact that it has, you know, the 2 tabletops to it. And I like the unique shape of the legs, how they just taper up to the top. But my original thought was just a nice, sleek, bright white. And then I was going to do some type of stencil or decal on the top, just in some black font and design. It's kind of like a vintage garden theme. All right, and then as I flipped this over, I was going to paint the top 2 pieces and realized, oh man, I really think I want to keep those 2 just as wood and not cover them up with the bright paint. So I went back to sanding and here I am. Thankfully the paint wasn't dry, so it hadn't adhered, so I just took a wet cloth and wiped it off, and then got some fine grit sandpaper and got in there. So all right, so the next step is to seal it with a wax. I just chose a regular plain wax. I think it was actually the wax from Waverly, so it's kind of liquidy. Just went on and did applied it on the top 2 pieces, and then I did the legs and underneath, so the whole entire piece got a coat of this wax. And then after it adhered on, I took terry cotton fabric and buffed it all out, and realized that you can kind of see it in this photo. I had to come in, it was getting hot out, but see, it was just a little bit too orange. And the wax, obviously the wood was super porous. It soaked the wax in, so that was great. I definitely don't regret putting that first coat on. But here I am applying DIY white wax. I absolutely love it. And you're going to see, so on the one side, I had already applied 2 coats. So here I am applying it. You just need a little bit on your brush. Like I just put a little and then I dabbed it, and you can see like how bright it is. Now, so I left it on there. I'm going to say for probably about 20 minutes. And now here I am just buffing it out. I am going in circles. I'm going up and down. I really want it to get into every single crack and crevice. And then I will go on and apply another coat. And then I buffed it out again that morning, and look at the gorgeous shine. And so I took this back outside to buff it out, and you can see the shine. And this was on a cloudy, overcast day, and look at that shine. I absolutely love it. I have done other end tables in our home with just plain wax, and it's held up really well. You may have to go over for pieces of furniture that you use on a consistent basis. You may have to reapply the wax at a future date, but it's definitely worth it to get such a beautiful finish. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I will see you soon. God bless and goodbye.